know some cabin fevers. Hey, downtown, in a place I can't explain. I guess you just gonna have to go. Hey, downtown, and I can tell you how I got here. When you get here, you gon' know. Downtown. Right back and told her I'm now home. Yeah, downtown. I'm in the twilight zone. I have an animal.
The scene is being set here in Memphis, Tennessee at FedEx Forum. The Spurs taking on the Grizzlies. For San Antonio, plenty of confidence coming into tonight's game. A win here would leave them with the 7th best record in the league. Grizzlies, Spurs, just moments away right after this. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Grizzlies first found an identity with grit and grind. As a rookie, Jaren Jackson cut his teeth alongside Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. And he said, now it's next gen. But it's still the same sort of mentality. We take defense seriously. That's our staple. And when you do that, you usually win. Guys?
They do. Great philosophy and attitude. Thanks, DA. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Derrick Rose.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Green is out there with Mr. Fundamentals. Then there's Oladipo. Then it's Rose. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. And for Memphis, Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Ja Morant, he's out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Brooks in at the small forward. And as the regular season winds toward the playoffs, Greg, for those teams in the upper half of the standings, how much are they looking at the seeding and their possible opponents?
Well, I don't think most would admit it, but it's human nature to think ahead, trying to map out that route and looking at how it breaks down in the bracket.
Foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
Morant against Rose. Morant passes to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
What a pass from Morant. I mean, he does a terrific job staying alert and seeking those opportunities.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point god moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry. And he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Morant kicks to Melton. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
He threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. And Craig, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
There's 1:38 left in the first. Driving the lane. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. The Spurs have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Gonzalez passes to Rose. Spurs working the ball around now. Gonzalez, that's good. Gonzalez has got 8.
He's perfect from the field this quarter. He's giving fits out there.
Morant against Gonzalez. Stolen by Rose. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
with good anticipation and instincts. Jackson, he's established himself as a quality shot blocker.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Gonzalez. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Gonzalez against Morant. Over to the wing. And Adams kicks to Morant. Poked away. Over Rose. That one wide left.
That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away.
Gonzalez. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Morant.
Inside Brooks goes all out. Willing to fight hard to get to his shot.
Gonzalez into the lane. Buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Now that's the way you want to end the course, with the momentum on your side.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Spurs lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. You've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
They've been effectively aggressive here in the first half, driving to the hoop with authority and getting a lot of their points right at the rim.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Clark is out there with Anderson. Then it's Jones. And it's Bain in at the shooting guard. That's the group from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And Clark is right there.
In all of his athleticism on display there, Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Now here's Gonzalez. And the shot goes in. Gonzalez has got the lead up to 4 now for San Antonio.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint. And Brandon Clark, a dangerous finisher, not only as a dunker, but his floater game is on point as well.
And you see why the Sean Marion comparisons are made. I mean, that great touch combined with this vertical leap, you know, they make him a handful inside.
Memphis with the ball. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Anderson dishes to Clark. He can't get that one.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Hits it again. Wow.
We're bearing witness to one of the great scoring seasons of all time.
Greg, he's delivering night in and night out. Great games and nearing third all-time for scoring in a season.
And guys, don't look now, but Michael Jordan's scoring mark from 1987 is in his sights.
Passes to Gonzalez. Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Now, here's Clark. Lobbed up there for Clark. An incredible alley-oop jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And there's the... basket whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jackson, he's checked in for Tillman. Brooks comes in for Kyle Anderson. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for Bain. And it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. 11-point game. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
There's 48 seconds left here in the second. Rejected by Gonzalez. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Second team foul.
The Spurs have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
For two.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. Adams, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Jackson. Kept alive. And another shot. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Out to the right wing. Bates Diop, the pass to Gonzalez. And good! There's another.
All season long, he has been absolutely dominant. Just
Scoring doesn't end with him.
Yeah, he's already left his mark on history, moving into third place for most points in a season. Amazing.
And can you believe he has passed Michael Jordan for third most points in a season? It's rare you ever see his airness get passed on any list.
And so we conclude the first half. It's the Spurs as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Taylor Jenkins is here with us in the second quarter, Coach. Tough sledding at both ends of the floor. How do you fix it?
You know, it hurts our offense when we're not able to get stops and get out and running. So not a good quarter for us. You know, we just got to keep being aggressive defensively and be a little bit more disciplined.
And we'll see if that can pick up as the game continues. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. They looked firmly in control in the second, carving out a healthy 11-point lead. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
They're running some great offense right now, working the ball in the good spots, taking what the defense gives them, not forcing up shots. We'll see if they can maintain that discipline in the second half.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, it's never fun. When you're playing against a team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent could sustain this kind of shooting.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Mr. Fundamentals in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Wiggins. Green is out there with Mr. Fundamentals. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Rose in at the point.
And Wiggins thrived as a secondary option. Seems that is the role he's best fit for. His efficiency soared.
Here's Morant, and finished up by Morant.
When Morant drives, he's so tough to stop. His agility makes beating the D look so easy.
Rose passes to Gonzalez. Back to Rose. Knocks it loose. The dish now to Oladipo, and there's the pass to Rose. Here's Gonzalez. It's rebounded by Memphis. And with Wiggins, he didn't face the same pressure, Greg. It was a huge weight off his shoulder.
And that middle aspect impacts players. Wiggins was asked to do less, and as a result, ended up doing more.
And he trims the lead to single digits. Adams has got his third basket of the night.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
Here's Gonzalez. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 31 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
One of the big what-ifs in NBA history is what if D. Rose never got hurt? I mean, think about it. He won the MVP in 2011. Rose was on a Bulls team that included Joakim Noah, Kyle Korver, Luol Deng.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Then for the Spurs, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Mr. Fundamentals. And it's Iguodala in for Green. 1:31 left to play in the third. Anderson passes to Clark. Inside. And those Bulls would go 62-20 in Rose's MVP season. The best record at that time in the NBA, losing in the 2011 Conference Finals, Chris, to LeBron's Miami Heat.
Yeah, Kevin, unfortunately, I mean, those Bulls were 35-9 when he went down, poised to be a title contender. We will never know how that budding rivalry with Miami would have turned out. But man, it's been great to see Rose continue his career after that meeting. Good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Rose can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside, Jones. Anderson outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Bain. From 15 feet away, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Bain's got it back down to single digits for Memphis. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Gonzalez, he's checked in for Robinson. Spurs leading by 9. Gonzalez down low. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And the foul on Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Morant. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Lets it go with a three. And they get off target with that shot. And so it's San Antonio ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA is headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just fantastic.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Anderson is out there with Clark. Then it's Morant. And it's Tillman in at the 5. Home in the paint. Morant with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Offensive rebound. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Gonzalez. Tillman grabs the miss. Here's Clark. The layup off target. The Spurs shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Pass to Iguodala. Back to Wiggins. Gonzalez. That's good. Gonzalez has got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs. And you think of the superstars who dominate the game with their skill level, Chris, like Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, even Luka. Who are those skills superstars from when you played?
Oh, well, I mean, I tell you, for me, these guys like Steve Nash, of course, my boy, shout out to my man Paige and Stoyakovich, Dirk Nowitzki, Mark Price, Chris Mullin, what up, Mully? John Stockton, just a lot of great talent.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks. They like to reverse.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Adams, he's checked in for Tillman. Jaren Jackson comes in for Brandon Clark. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Bain. Robinson's checked in for San Antonio. Thomas comes in for Rose. Gonzalez, and he dunks it down.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Up top, Morant. He's guarded by Thomas, and it's Morant missing.
His effort level is there. You can't blame him on that. He's working to get good shots. He's just not connected.
2 points. That one goes. Gonzalez has got 39.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for San Antonio.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Mr. Fundamentals.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
This is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
I love how they've attacked the basket in this game. They've taken a very aggressive approach.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Jones against Thomas. Shot from 12. Jones, no luck. And it's the Spurs ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Gonzalez with it. Now defended by Adams.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jones against Thomas. The putback. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Gonzalez has got 48.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olson, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.